Seniors depart to pass on our legacy to the underclassmen, a quote comes to mind. I believe in the impossible because no one else does, by Florence Griffith Joyner. This quote came to mind the moment I decided to go to college. During my time at Achievement First, I am most famously known for my contagious laughter. First in high school, I went to a fairly large middle school, where the principal did not know my name and never spoke about college. Then, as I transitioned to Achievement First, the word college was instilled into everyone's mind from the beginning of our freshman year. Being exposed to this school changed my outlook on the world, my future, and destiny. At Achievement First, I was unsure of what I had gotten myself into. I was caught off guard on those days I had to stay up late to do homework. I could have easily spent my time talking on the phone, sleeping, hanging out with friends and family, sleeping, procrastinating on Facebook, or even just sleeping. However, no one looks back on their life and remembers the nights they have gotten plenty of sleep. The motivation came about when I realized how my future would look if I chose not to go to college. Also from my family, to which I give special thanks during this moment. It made me realize the amount of power and security that I would have over myself and my future. These moments inspired me during my junior year when I had a clarifying moment about how serious my teachers and my classmates became about the future. These moments throughout my junior year, which was probably the most difficult year for me, inspired me to take on internships. Had I not taken the initiative to intern at the Brooklyn Botanical Garden, I Have a Dream Foundation, working for Read Alliance, and working for the Charter School Athletic Association, enrich my life in ways I could have never imagined. To all the underclassmen that will soon be giving the same speech, stay focused on your dreams, because it allowed me to make the promise to myself that not only will I be attending college, but I will become part of Otto's Army at
teachers, family, and guests. My name is Tara Lambert. I'm finally free. It feels good to know that I made it to the top of the mountain that was filled with bumps, harsh weather, and fatigue. Like most of my fellow classmates, I entered Achievement First in 5th grade. I was the first graduating class of Achievement First Crown Heights Middle School. And now, I'm going to be the first graduating class of Achievement First Brooklyn High School. I'm going to be And boy, I can't say it's been easy. I've always been the type to question situations like, why are there demerits? Why are there so many hours to my school day? So why are there so many stairs to each floor? Eventually, questioning became a habit. I'm sure my teachers can co-sign that. I started questioning and debating everything around me. I realized that's who I am. I'm the person that questions situations, and I'm proud of that. Although sometimes I struggled, they have helped me realize my potential to question situations. Now, I'm simply here to emphasize a common goal between me and my fellow teammates and I, going to college. College was never an option for me. and I'll be lying if I say I never questioned whether or not I wanted to go. However, as I stand here among my fellow graduates, younger peers, and teachers and guests, I want to say that I have come a long way to the top of the mountain, but this is just the beginning. Who knows? Maybe my questioning abilities and attention to details can help me in life when I become an anesthesiologist nurse. I cannot wait to go to college and explore more of who I am. I cannot wait to go to college and become a role model for my younger siblings. Thank you to everyone that helped me along the way. My parents, my family, my parents, and my teachers. I specifically want to thank Ms. Dean for caring about me even when I did not realize. And Mr. Delhagen, who told me that advocacy makes me who I am and I should not change that. And my dad for coming to all the meetings. State University of Belmont.
To teachers, staff, family, and the class of 2013. Good morning, my name is Lakeisha Leopold. I have always wondered how different my life would be if I had not spent 8 years of my life with Achievement First. Having started with Achievement First in 5th grade, I have been significantly impacted by being part of this community. Every day in middle school, we would hit the climbing the mountain to college poster as you came up the stairwell to classes and back down again. And now I'm about to graduate high school. Now that I'm near the end, I'm excited to start a new chapter of my life. However, I'm also thinking about how it would feel to be parting ways with people that I spent the last 8 years with. I have always wanted to go to college to become a nurse. It gives me immense gratification to know that I have the opportunity to go to college to be able to seek higher education and to accomplish what I've always dreamed to become. I have never once doubted my ability to accomplish my dreams, and I'm grateful that I was surrounded by teachers, students, and staff and family that helped me with this common goal, the preparation to pursue a 4-year degree. I know that I can only be as successful as how much I work towards it, but I'm confident that no matter what, I will get that degree that I pushed myself to graduate high school for. Graduating high school is not the end of where I need to be, but it's only the start to something greater. I want to be able to give back to others through attaining my degree in nursing. College for me means everything. It will allow me to do what I love and guarantee me the opportunity to have a lifelong career in it. I remember the first time Ms. Jackson told me it was mandatory that I spend 3 weeks of my summer at Ithaca College. I did not want to go because I did not want to be away from my parents. But here I am as a senior, and I cannot wait to be on campus and be involved in the many activities that it has to offer. This has shaped my outlook on college for the better, and here I am to say that I'm excited to be a part of the freshman class of 2017 at New Paltz.
College. I first heard that powerful noun when I was in the 5th grade in a college preparatory school called Achievement First Connex Middle School. It's like some of my seniors. Before I talk about college, let me take you on an emotional yet impressive adventure through Alexa's life so far. Unfortunately, when I was born, I struggled to survive due to breathing problems to the point where the doctors thought I would not survive. But because of my family's prayers, I am here today, and I'm very thankful. Ever since then, I was in special ed from the beginning of elementary until the 3rd grade. When I heard my mother wanted me to transfer to a charter school, I was devastated. But as the years went by, it took me a while to adjust to the school's expectations, especially when you're a student coming from a public school. Many of my family members were impressed to hear my love for math and science, knowing my condition I had at birth. I mean, look at me now. I am in an AP calculus class with 5 other seniors out of the 32 of us. Now, talking about the main event, I am going to college to take advantage of the many opportunities I have and to be a role model for my future generation family members, just like how my cousin in Boston was to me. Yes, this school is strict in some ways, making me want to give up at times. But the amount of care all the teachers have for their students really shows how we are truly a team and family. Throughout high school, my motivation to go to college has increased because I've been craving for the independence that I wanted in making my own decisions and choosing the classes I want to study. But of course, classes were harder and homework has been lengthy, very lengthy. My family, mostly my parents, have been pushing me to do better and to stay on top of my work from before I came to Achievement First. And for that, I thank them for their constant support. Now, I want to take this big step of entering the next 4 years of my life, mainly being on my own, with many kinds of support, of course, and making sure I make reasonable and beneficial decisions for myself. I remember Mr. Moshe and Mrs. Lopez del Castillo de la Cruz last year encouraged me to consider computer engineering as a major. It sounded interesting at first and reasonable, not just because engineers make a lot of money, which is a fact, but because I love technology and I love the subjects math and science. Considering this, I, Alexa Lewis, want to be a computer engineer. And this young woman in the fall of 2013 is going to SUNY Delhi.
Good afternoon, my name is Chantal Martin. It was a journey, a long, stressful, and exhausting journey. And I know this journey is not over, it's only the beginning. I have came from a long way from 5th grade at AF Crown Heights Middle School to 12th grade at Achievement First High School. Those 8 years alone were a struggle with having strict expectations, but I've made it. I went from a quiet girl to a loud and ambitious woman who advocates for herself and did not let anyone take advantage of her success. My main support system is my family and my close friends, who encourage me every day to do my best. I would love to give a special thanks to my brother and my mother, who supported me throughout the years on her own, making sure her kids got into the best schools and received a better education. The idea of college was introduced to me in 5th grade at Crown Heights. I remember Mr. Williams explaining the importance of college. At that moment, my dreams of college were born. My passion is to go to college and major in marketing, so someday I will own my own business. I am part of the graduating class of 2013. It took so much diligence, perseverance, and patience to get here. And I feel good to create a legacy in Achievement First Brooklyn High School. And my legacy is about a young woman who is not afraid to express her mind. Through all her challenges, school or home, she is able to continue striving towards her goals. Even though I am graduating and leaving for college, my mark will always be there. I'm going to miss the class of 2013 sitting next to me. Some I've known since the 5th grade, and others from 9th grade. My mission of success does not end here. It's only the beginning of a brand new possibilities and opportunities, not only for me, but for the whole class of 2013. And it's been an honor to announce that I will be attending to LaGuardia College.
You asked this young African-American woman, raised in the interesting neighborhood of East Flatbush, why she is going to college. But first, you have to know her story. Waking up to the sounds of the Caribbean and going to sleep with the same sound ringing in my ear. The young woman who has a definite mindset and will stop at nothing to make sure that she gets everything right.
That's right, Oshie.
This young woman enjoys the smell of well-seasoned fish, oxtail, curry goat, and this young woman who loves to spend her free time listening to music, riding horses, or enjoying the scenery at any given time. This young African-American woman is me. I am Urshel Mars, and I've always aspired to attend a top college to get the best education that I can get. No, I am definitely not the first to attend a 4-year college in my family, and I will definitely not be the last.
Talk about it.
What motivates me is seeing my little brother look up to me, or even sometimes asking me anything when he needs help. He even asks me about college, which one I'm going to, so he can brag to the rest of his friends who may or may not have siblings in high school. With the example I set, I want to inspire my cousins that are in middle school, high school, and those who want to go back to school but are not as motivated. Knowing that I have my whole family backing me up, even if I make a mistake, is inspiring. I enjoy hearing my cousins that I don't get to see too often say, "Hershey, I'm very proud of you," or maybe just a simple "wow." Some of this comes from cousins who are currently enrolled in college or just left college. I do have big shoes to fill since I am the eldest in my household, and that means a lot. I don't want to mess up or let anyone down. Each time I see my family members, I get asked the question, "What college are you going to?" After giving them an answer, they reply, "Oh, my little niece, cousin, Ursh, is growing up." I don't mind answering this question many times, not because they're my family, but because I know that in a way they all look up to me. This is a bit funny since most of them are older than me. I love seeing the faces of my little cousins when I say I'm going to college. I also love watching their faces light up when they ask me about high school and what they should look forward to. Another thing that motivates me is when colleges call me and assume I am in 11th grade because of my age. I want to prove to them that you don't have to be a certain age to go to college and be successful. All you need is the proper people around you and a mind that wants to learn as much as possible.
Right.
For these reasons and more, I'm going to attend Baruch College.
Shania, write the top 3 colleges you want to apply to, said Ms. Dawson. I remember Ms. Dawson asking us to do this, and I struggled with answering her question. After a while, I felt pressure to write something since everyone around me was fiercely writing. So on my paper, I wrote Morehouse College as one of the schools I wanted to apply to. Ms. Dawson walked around to check what colleges we put down. When she got to me, she whispered, that's an old boys school." After this embarrassing moment, I realized that I need to do some serious research. I had been hearing about going to college as a student at AFBHS, but I didn't know much about college. After realizing this unawareness, my research of schools began. The college tours, advertisements of colleges in the hallway, and college readiness class made me get familiar with different schools. At this moment, wanting to go to college became more personal to me. It was not only what AF wanted, but what I wanted for myself. After having a successful junior year, and especially what I thought was my weakest subjects, math and science, excelling in these classes gave me confidence. These 2 subjects happened to fall under courses needed for my potential major I have been passionate about since young, nursing. I always knew I wanted to help people, especially young children. My performance in those subjects made me excited about going to college because I would be able to take classes I'm well at and enjoy while working towards my lifelong career. I was fortunate to have a great support system, my mother, my dad. I would love to brighten up someone else's day, even if my day isn't the brightest. At the start of 12th grade, I began to use college readiness class as an advantage, searching College Board to find schools that fit my needs, SAT, GPA, and majors, and the talks I had with my mother increased getting her opinions on which schools I should apply to. Knowing what I know allowed me to confidently apply to over 10 schools. Researching and hard work paid off because this fall I will be attending the State University of
My name is Sean Pancho. From my early days of kindergarten until now, I've been told that I'm making it by the skin of my teeth. I don't know how to respond to that, so all I can usually do is just smile. Normally, one should feel offended by these words, but to be fair, I always was one of those kids who needs to realize their potential. Having potential. When you're a kid, but when you're 40 years old and people are still trying to advocate for you, saying you have potential, that's depressing. I would not end up like that. For me, college was my chance to prove to everyone that all these years of just getting by is not who I really am. College would be my time to make something of my potential. While in college, and after I graduate, I will make it my duty to reach out to teens like me, the teens who are confident in their intellect but lack the will to apply it to productive means. My graduation from college will be a tribute to the time sacrificed by my parents and advisors. I've heard the same speech from both groups so often, and I could cite it better than they said it. I mean, I owe it to these people to show their time and stress over me was not wasted. I owe it to my parents two Ghanaian immigrants who have slaved in order to provide for their children and continue to support family in the whole country. I owe to my advisor, Mr. Melvin, the guy behind the potential. So many times he has emphasized to me about not wasting that potential. I owe it to myself. I've been a backseat driver in my own life. This is my chance to take control and let my actions speak for themselves. Most importantly, I owe it to the people who are just like me, the teens who are just like me, complacent because they believe they already have success. I've always had a support group to encourage me to better myself when I graduate. I'll follow in the footsteps of my mentors and work to inspire other teens to pursue a higher education. To pay off this debt to society, I'll be studying communications at the beautiful campus of Lafayette College.
Good afternoon, AFM. My name is Zaire Anderson Porte, the son of Michael George and Paulette Porte. There's a lot of decisions you have to make as a student. For example, in kindergarten, you have to make the decision of which crayon you're going to use for the coloring book. In middle school, you have to choose which IR book you're going to read for the rest of that month. But in high school, it gets a little bit more complicated. High school is where you discover yourself. It's where you start to develop your personality, your friends, and your relationships with your fellow students. Some of them last, and some of them don't. But it's the journey that's really important. And I know that the expression is worn out, it's because it's true. I've been a student of Achieving First since 5th grade, and of course I'm standing here today. During these years, my interest in acting has increased significantly, and through the AF Summer, the AF Summer Program Initiative, they put me in an acting school. In this school, I learned that life is a performance, and sometimes your performance, it's not going to be great, but sometimes it is. And I'm hoping this moment is one of the times that my performance is good. In this program, I did not only learn how to act, but what it takes to be a successful performer and entertainer. I'm sorry, allergies. College has always been a lofty dream of me, my parents, and my grandparents. But now it's a concrete reality. If I'm free, it's because I'm always running. I've done a lot of running in AF. Running for the bus, running for the train, running as part of the cross-country team, and running on the basketball court. If I'm free, it's because I'm always running. That's what my parents, teachers, and peers encourage me to do. Keep running towards your dreams, towards your future, and towards the person that you want to be. Who knows? You might see me on TV, on stage, but I promise you, you will see me. But you won't see me here. Because I'm running.
The question of the hour, why do you want to go to college? My name is Crescent Sitar, and this is such a heavy question because there are 1,000,001 ways that I can respond. Growing up, college was never an option for me. It was the option. All my studies were supposed to lead up to this gratifying moment when I had my college diploma in my hand. My mom, my sisters, my cousin, my brother-in-law, they all went to college and were always there to speak on the good and bad times. A holistic view that began at the tender age of 6 years old. All my work and effort went to this idea of college, a concept that I barely understood, yet I was supposed to work for. As I got older, my lack of emotional investment into my goal of college scared me. I felt like a robot who was doing the orders of everyone else instead of for myself. Junior year was the bane of my existence. The stress that a 4-digit test score could cause a person is unnerving. Suddenly, the only college I ever imagined myself going to was slipping out of my grip. Have you ever felt your dream slip away? Nothing ever compares to the heartbreaking moment when you realize that your dream you held so high and so close to your heart was no longer in your line of sight. I could have wallowed in my one-woman pity party, which I did for a while, but then it hit me. If I wanted to go somewhere, I needed to do all that I could, drain all my resources, and fuel all the fires necessary in my life in order to achieve my goal. The emotional investment into my college experience was real. The gamble that I decided to make by applying early decision was questioned by everyone around me, but for me, it was all or nothing. With early decision, you applied to one school and agreed to commit to it if you got in. Getting into this school was one of the most fulfilling moments in my 17 years of living. This road has definitely not been an easy one, but I cannot imagine this journey happening any other way. That is why, in the fall, I am proud to say that I will be attending my dream college, Williams College.